Oh yeah, that's not bad at all. I put up a it's like a 25-yard pistol target, I think. The center of the thing is maybe 2 inches or so, I don't know. I wasn't sure what I'd be able to see through the 4-power scope. It's gonna be totally adequate for what we're doing here. Yeah, I think that's gonna work fine. And the rifle was shooting a little high and right when we were up close. So I did dial a little bit of correction, only about the equivalent of 6 clicks each direction. So I'm anticipating that it will still shoot high and right. Did I say high and right or did I say high and left? It was impacting high and right before, regardless of what I said, it was high and right. So I did dial in some corrections. So, once again, warm day. It's probably a little above 90 now. Got some cumulus clouds that are helping, but we're under the roof here at the 100-yard line now, so we've got shade. I drank a little bit of water and got cooled down. I took down the shade and everything from 25. So I guess we're ready now. I'll turn this a little bit. Maybe you can see the front of the rifle a little bit more. I'm not sure what the best picture is. That's not too bad. We'll run it right there. Put 5 shots on and then go check the target, see what we get. All right, here we go, 100 yards with the Kar98k. Well, I saw the dirt splash behind the target, so I think we're somewhere close. We'll just go ahead and shoot them. Not worry too much about where they're going. I'm sure it's on the paper, but it's always fun to be surprised when you go check the target too. Okay, I can see one of the shots. One of the shots is high and left. High and left, quite a bit. So, it's yet to be seen if it groups. We'll get a few more down there and see what happens. One improvement I've made is I made this board that sits on the bench. It's 3/4 inch plywood, and I made it the same dimensions as my portable shooting bench so it would feel the same. And this is the first time I've tried it, and I think it's definitely a huge improvement over the the benches that are here at the range. I think I could put a clamp on the front to make sure it didn't move today. It's just sitting here, just gravity clamped, I guess you'd say. But it's definitely more comfortable than what I've been doing on these benches, trying to get way over on the arm and have something to sit on. So I think that might be a success. Plus my son shoots left-handed, and it can just be flipped over and he can use it as well wherever we're shooting. I don't have a call on that one, and I'm not going to worry about it. Let's see how this ejects. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, once again, there's nothing to be concerned about with the brass at all. A little bit of a carbon ring around the front. Smells kind of coaly. That one broke pretty clean. Don't know if it was a good shot or not, but this does have a Timney trigger, so it's a little bit different than most of my other Mausers. It has a little bit different feel to it. All in all, for a Sporter, I don't think it's too bad. It's just a heartbreaker that they Sporterized it. I know that was the common thing to do back in the day when these were surplused, but it's a good example of a 337. You know, they took off the front, or excuse me, the rear sight here, and they took off the front sight as well, and it's got a, you know, a ramp of some sort put on there, drilled and tapped for the scope and a receiver mount, and then also the receiver mount peep sight holes in the far side there. I don't know, I may end up running it with the sights, put a peep sight on the rear and shoot it that way if I keep this barrel. If it doesn't shoot, I'll rebarrel it with something else, do something interesting with it. It's a good solid 98 large ring action. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. This is my first experience with 8mm by 57 Mauser. So this is surplus Dominion ammo here. So I've never played with 8mm before, so that might be an adventure too. Say today's testing was mostly to see if the rifle was going to have any tendency to shoot at all before I buy reloading dies and things. I'd hate to buy 8mm reloading dies and accessories only to have the rifle be a turkey. So shoot a little more. Yep, I don't see that. The only shot that I'm seeing is that one that was high and left. So I'm trying to decide, do I go look at those 5? Or do I just go ahead and shoot 5 more? I think it's worthwhile to go look at them, so let's go take a look. Now before we head down to check the target, there's the Kar98k at the 100-yard bench. Like I said, my plywood table simulator. Yeah, I'm just shooting with the cheap plastic MTM case guard front rest. It's just easy to tote around, and then these are just they're more or less bean bags. They're lightweight shooting bags that I keep in one range bag. It makes it real easy to just grab it and have everything you need to shoot. It's not the steadiest setup in the world, but it's certainly better than not having anything to shoot with at all. Okay, so here's what we have at 100 yards, those 5 shots. And I've got 3 on the paper, and then I see a little tick mark right there. So I definitely need to bring things back to the right. I shouldn't have made any corrections at all. there at 25 yards because I brought it up and left, and I didn't need it. So let's think about this. We got about, so 1, 2, roughly 3 inches of left to this here. So we need a good 3 inches of correction there and a good 1.5 inches or 2 there. So I'll go dial a little bit on the scope and then we'll throw some more, but it is trying to group them. I'm pleased with that. I say it looks like one snuck right through here. There's just a little smile in the edge of the paper. This one, and then I'm guessing this is 2, and those are the ones that I could see. I thought it was 1 shot, but it was just 2, big enough that I could see both of them. So let's give it about, I'll say 1, 2, 3, about 3.5 inches of correction to the right, and see what that does for us, and then I'll bring it down a little bit too. All right, so we're back at the bench, 100 yards. On the Google on the telephone, I just looked up the adjustment of loophole mark 8s, and I'm seeing some mention that each mark is 1 inch at 100 yards. That would explain why my changes move that so much. I thought they were 1/4 inch. Doesn't appear to be so. So what I did is I did an adjustment based on the information that these marks are worth 1, and we'll see what happens. It should be somewhere close. We'll give it a little bit of tweak if we need to and go from there. The weather has changed significantly in the last 15 minutes. It was really sunny and a lot of convective activity there. Good energy rising and building up, but now we've got a situation of what we would call overdevelopment. You know, that air rises and cools and makes clouds, and now we got some cloud cover. And I'm seeing some birds up there enjoying the thermals. A lot of times when you get overdeveloped like this, the thermal activity slows down, so he's still riding some that's going up. But let's go ahead and put 5 more rounds down there with these adjustments and see if we made any difference. I'll go ahead and single feed them. Okay, on that, I can see the shot. My windage ain't bad. My elevation is still a little high. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a little bit more down. Try that to see if that comes in a little better. I don't see that one. Maybe it's in the black. I see that one. That's just a smidgen to the left, but the elevation is right on the money. So I'm going to dial a tiny, tiny bit of right into it because I see a couple of them there. About like that and see what happens. So how many? We keeping track? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 in a chamber. There's 8. So let's do another shot and see what we get. That one might have dropped a little bit low. Of course, it's probably would be a good idea to check everything for tightness and whatnot. I didn't put a ton of torque on any of the screws on this. I just kind of made things where they should be. I don't know how many inch-pounds, 25 or something. I don't know. I didn't use a torque wrench. I just felt it and got my gaps equal and all that. So it's possible that things could settle in a little bit. But let's shoot this around and see where it goes. And that one's low again. So there's 10. I'm going to go ahead and not change anything. Just leave it right where it is and shoot 5 more and just see what happens. Yeah, I think I'm showing a little bit of a pattern just below. Got one more, I think. Yep, it looks to me like it's shooting just a smidgen low and a smidgen left. All right, let's go ahead and go down and check that. Okay, so here's the next batch. And I think what I'm dealing with is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they're all on the paper. It looks like I'm kind of down here. So I think it favors coming up a couple inches. You know, I don't know what's grouping where. The rifle is getting a little bit hot. I should let it cool down a little bit. These here are, you know, not staying tight in the group, but you know, we've got a reasonable group here. I think it's something to work with on this rifle. So I'll give it a little bit of up and a little bit of right and shoot it some more. I don't know if I'll shoot it any more today, but I think the rifle's worthy of shooting a little bit more 8mm out of. I think the barrel's got some life left in it. maybe play with some ammo a little bit, maybe play with some cast bullets. I'll have to get some 8mm molds. I don't have any, but be something to play with and learn about and see how it comes around. So thanks everybody for watching on a nice summer day here in Michigan, and I'll talk to everybody the next time. So all in all today, I ended up running 25 rounds of this Dominion surplus ammo through the Kar98k today. And these were the last 5 shots of the day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm starting to get her dialed in. I think the rifle has some merit. We'll keep playing with it. I'll add just a little bit more right and a little bit of down, and we'll get her out another day and shoot some more rounds through it. So thanks everybody for watching.